This is the only iron farm guide you're going to need for Minecraft Bedrock. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the easiest iron farm, and I'm also going to show you two other designs that are going to be linked in the description. The first thing you want to do is find a nice open area to build in, and make sure you're at least 150 blocks away from all other villagers, villages, and iron farms and villager breeders. Now what we're going to do from here is we're going to dig out a 7x7 hole, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to clear out all of this space and dig it down 3 blocks. And after clearing out that hole, we're going to dig a second hole inside here, which is going to be 5 blocks wide by 5 blocks long by 5 blocks deep. Alright, and once you have that dug out, we're actually going to dig down one more layer. I did a miscalculation. You actually need a 5 by 5 by 6 deep hole. So once you have that, we're going to grab our blocks now and place down 2 sets of blocks on both sides of the farm, leaving a 1 block gap in the center here. We're then going to grab our beds and place down beds on top of each of these blocks, and then we're going to go ahead and break the blocks underneath of those beds so that we can place down more beds so that we have a basically bunk bed system. This is just the most compact way to place down 20 beds, which is required for our iron farm. And then we're going to fill in this side as well. After placing down all of your beds, we're going to grab our blocks now, place down 2 blocks to get up here, and then fill in the rest of this gap. This gap is going to be filled, or else you're going to have cats spawning in it, which is going to lower the rates of the farm. We're then going to place a block in the center here, and then a block in every single one of these corners. Go ahead and place down a torch now, and then grab your workstation. In this case, I'm using fletching tables, and we're going to fill in the rest of the floor so that our villagers have access to these workstations. Now, if you want to trade with these guys, you absolutely can. However, an important note is that if you use lecterns or barrels to have fishermen and librarians, then they will not spawn iron golems during rainstorms. So just keep that in mind when you're building this. I'm using fletching tables because that's just one that's always going to work, and I don't plan on trading with these guys. After you have that, we're going to grab our villager spawn eggs, or in your case, you're going to transport 2 villagers over here. They're going to link up to their workstations and their beds, and once you have 2 villagers in here, you can go ahead and throw them bread, carrots, potato, or beetroot. They'll trade back and forth, and then in no time, you'll have 20 villagers. This is a much easier method of getting villagers here rather than making a villager breeder and transporting them all here via minecart. So once you have 20 villagers, we can keep going. And after we have all 20 villagers inside of the hole, we can go ahead and cover them up with blocks and make sure that that torch is there. I cannot stress enough how important it is that you have a torch there, or else you're going to have zombies spawning inside of that hole, and then you're going to have 20 zombified villagers, and that's no good. Once you do this, we need to determine which way we want to have our items flow. So I'm going to have my items flow in this direction, so I'm going to go ahead and place down a block right here. We're then going to place down a water bucket, which is going to lead our water over to the side. We're then going to build out 2 more blocks, and then 3 more blocks. We want it so that it's all the way over so that there's 3 blocks without water. And then just look away, guys, look away. Nothing happened. We're going to mine these 3 blocks now and run a hopper into that block, and then place down 2 more hoppers running into that hopper right there. Grab our slabs now. We're actually going to grab campfires. I don't know why I have slabs. We're going to grab campfires, and we're going to place down 3 campfires on top of those hoppers, and that's going to do a little bit extra damage to kill the iron golems a little bit faster. We're going to place down 3 signs now, leaving a 1 pocket hole right here, so we can place down a lava bucket. We're then going to come over 1 block, dig down so that we see that hopper here, and it would be on this layer. Yes, look at that. We can now go ahead and grab that slab that I just put away, and we're going to go ahead and mine this block right here, place down a slab, and then place down a double chest right here. We just go ahead and place another slab, and then our double chest. Now you're probably going to want more than 1 chest because this thing is going to produce quite a lot of iron, and make sure that this is a chest and not a barrel. If you use a barrel, then you're going to have fishermen inside of your villager area, and that would be no good. Now just leave this area open, but make sure that the maximum height here, this can actually have a golem spawn. Just place down a block here so that way it's only 2 blocks tall, or you can place down a slab if you wanted. Just make sure that you don't have any 3-block holes in the area around this farm. Now, I would recommend having a ladder and a trapdoor, that way you can get in and out and it's nice and safe. And there's really no point in me mentioning this, but you only need 3 ladders, which to me is a pretty awesome thing, because that means that you won't have any leftover ladders. Yeah, that was really meaningless. Anyways, we're going to place down 3 slabs and then 2 slabs, bringing us to a total of 5 slabs. and then we're going to place down leaf blocks going all the way around the farm. And we already have an iron golem. That's awesome. So he's going to die, and then all of the drops are going to end up inside of that chest. And just like that, we now have a fully functioning iron farm. All you're going to do is stand here and AFK. You're going to get, well, let's close that trap door. And then all you're going to do is stand here, AFK, make sure you have a torch in here, and then all of the items are going to... Really? I didn't even know that was possible. He dropped no iron. The reason why the iron golem didn't drop any iron was because he died in a really weird spot where the iron actually hit the campfire hitbox. So all we're going to do to fix that problem is break these 3 blocks and place down 3 more hoppers. It's a little bit more resource intensive, but let's be honest, this is an iron farm. I'm sure you can spare the hoppers. And now, anytime an iron golem spawns, we're guaranteed to get all of the drops, and all of the cats are going to die on those campfires. So this is also a string farm, so yay. But yeah, that is the entire iron farm done. I'm going to go ahead and show you the 2 other designs with the links in the description, so that way you can go and check them out if you're interested. This design is basically the same design I just showed you, however, it's built in the air, making it slightly faster. This design is technically better, however, I don't really think that it is that much better that it's worth the effort of building it in the air. The next design I'm going to show you, though, is even better than both of these designs, and it is much larger, and it is genuinely worth the effort. I like to call this one the Big Boy Iron Farm because it is genuinely a big boy. I think this is an 18 by 18 spawn platform, and this thing is going to generate about 450 iron ingots per hour. You're going to AFK down here with all of your cats, and this thing just turns out iron. And really quick before I do my outro, I just want to mention that in this design in particular, I ended up putting the cats down in the bottom in the AFK area, and you can do that for any of the designs I showed you, and it will increase the rates. So if you want to place down 5 cats in the design that I showed you how to build in today's video, then you absolutely can. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it so that the farm doesn't spawn cats, it's only going to spawn iron golems. So it's not going to be a string farm anymore, it's just going to be an iron farm. That is another thing that you can do. Alright, that does it for today's video. As I mentioned earlier, the last 2 designs I showed you will be linked down in the description. So hopefully you guys found use in that, and I hope that the tutorial was helpful as well. I'm also going to quickly shout out my second channel, and that is my build channel called Lost Shepherd 23. I'll have that linked in the description as well. So if you want to see me build things based on art pieces I draw, it's actually pretty cool in my opinion, but then again, it is my channel. I really would appreciate it though if you went and checked that out. I think it's pretty unique, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. With that said though, my name is 1UpMC, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.